and welcome back, you beautiful babes and baddies. How are you doing? Hope you are doing good. I am not too bad. If you are listening to this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, I did miss out Thursday, but I'm trying to give you any days of the week that you're listening to this or the weekend. I hope your weekend is going fantastic. What are you doing? What's the plan? You enjoying the sunshine? If you are not listening to this from the UK, we are currently have got a heat wave going on. The sun has been kissing us, been kissing our beautiful skin. We have been getting that vitamin D in. And make sure that you are using your sunscreen there. Please be using factor 30. I'm using factor 50. But just make sure that you are soaking up that vitamin D, but also protecting yourself. You got to make sure that you protect yourself when you're out there enjoying that glorious sun. It has been hot. It has been truly hot. I was considering to get out our swimming pool that we got during lockdown, because did I even use it that summer? That summer of lockdown was a beautiful thing. It was constant. There was no rain. It was beautiful. Over it wasn't overheating. The grass wasn't turning to straw. I was gonna say to hay. Don't think that's how it works. But it wasn't turning brown. It was just a nice, good sunshine, warmth, breeze, weather. It was just a good mixture there. But what we're currently dealing with, I don't want to complain, because the next thing that our spirits that will start doing will start complaining. And then next thing, because we've complained so much, we now get rain for the next 2 weeks, and 2 weeks and so, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna keep that lips locked and not say anything. But let me get back to you. How have you been doing? And if you are joining us back, hi, and thank you for coming back to seeing me, to hearing what we are going to chat about. And let's just get comfy, enjoy yourself. If you're working on the treadmill, I hope you are having a good workout. I hope you're locked in. But the comfort of my voice, I hope it's helping you to push on through there. So I've been chatting. Before I continue any further, let me tell you who is in your ear and who you are watching. It is me, it is I, it is your favorite curvy gym baddie, Mimi in the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know. How does my intro sound? I'm not sure if I want to change it or whatnot, but I'm still working on it. And also, as you can tell, I'm still working on the layout of the podcast. And also I had one of my lights die, so I have to get purchase a new light, which is slightly annoying. So probably after I've edited this, or probably once you're watching this, you're probably going to be like, why is it dark in certain places? That's why it's dark, because a light died on me. And yeah, not happy about it, but hey ho, this we're only at the start of it, so things can only get better and things can only go up. That is the saying, after all. Things will only get better. I don't know if that's actually a song or if I've just made that up. But I'm hoping that that's a song. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into this week's episode. Okay, so this week's episode, there's not really a theme about this week's episode, really. I just wanted to chat and gist with you, because I did want to have a theme to speak about, but I couldn't come up with anything. And I was just really chatting with my friends all this week and just having a catch up, really. And what what we did speak about is about periods. Yeah, happens to us every month. There's only Out of the 4 weeks, there's only 1 week we're actually okay. And I suffer from PMS really badly. Yeah, I suffer from PMS. The PMS symptoms I suffer really badly. I get like mood swings, my hormones are all over the place. I get foggy brain. Like a couple of days beforehand, I'm really struggling to sleep. Like I'm just like tossing and turning. I can't sleep. I get really tired. But then again, I am also anemic there as well. And with I get nausea. Like certain smells, just like I'm just like, oh, or it'll be like I haven't eaten. I'm just feel like, oh my god, I can't eat. I feel like I'm gonna be sick there. And then, oh, don't get me started on cravings because sometimes craving cannot just be a particular food for me. It might, oh, and also I would say like an obsession. I want to say, but like sometimes it can be where not even with a particular food, it can be like a particular song. Like, I don't know if I told you last time, this is going back like a year and a half ago. I wouldn't say a year and a half ago, when Swift released one of her albums. It wasn't probably the remastered one or anything like that. I think it was the Meet Me at Midnight one, the one with Lavender Haze in it. I downloaded that whole album and I listened to the album back to front to back, all the way in between. I listened to that on repeat. And then it was 2 months ago, it was Usher. Every song of Usher's that was literally on. Even with his new album, I'm gutted that I actually couldn't go to see him in concert because I would have loved that because I do love Usher. Yeah, sick, beautiful artist, handsome man. And then also Foggy Brain. I suffer with foggy brain. So you know how like they say like you can have they say my friends who have been pregnant say that they've suffered with pregnancy brain. So like they'll forget things and I was just like, oh yeah, I definitely can relate to that. Although not being pregnant, I haven't had kids or anything like that, but with having periods and suffering from PMS and having foggy brain, Mm, I can really understand that. It was only a couple of days ago. I was getting ready to go to the gym. I was making my mum some boiled eggs. I was just like, while I quickly go upstairs and get ready, let me put the boiled eggs on the cooker. Let me put water in and put on a low. By the time I come back, it will be ready to go. It'll be ready to be done. I have now potted around. Had a shower, got dressed, was putting my socks on, chilling with my mum and Femi in the living room. And then I was just like, oh my God, I've just remembered. The way I jumped up and ran into the kitchen and then I like put the boiled eggs in and I was like, what did you forget? And I was just like, oh, it was the boiled eggs that I was doing. And Mum was like, one day you're gonna burn this house down. And I was just like, don't say that. And I was just like, I just left it for a bit longer than I should have. And then she was like, did you leave it on for an hour? I was like, God, no. I was just like, it was only 20 minutes. Only, only 20 minutes. I was just like, yes, yes. Anyway, I did it for her. And then there's me thinking, fuck, can you burn boiled eggs? Then I was like Googling it. And I was just like, can you burn boiled eggs? Can you burn boiled eggs? But I wasn't seeing anything on can you burn boiled eggs. Then I go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, can Chat I didn't ask ChatGPT. Ah, I didn't say ChatGPT. I was just like, can you burn boiled eggs? Into ChatGPT, and it was just like it was saying like you can't burn boiled eggs the way that you can burn food. And I was just like, okay, I survive. I live for another day. Praise be. But that literally effed me up. Then I go to the gym and meet one of the gym girly baddies at my um gym. We're about to work out. And then she's like asking me if I'm okay. And then I'm just like welling up and she goes, are you okay? I was just like, it's the time of the month, it's the first day. I'm just feeling over emotional, overwhelmed at the moment. She was like, I hear. She was like, same here. She was just like, it's just just those few days before you get on your period, I was like, they are the worst. They are the worst. And I was just like, literally the worst because I was like, for me, last week was, it wasn't okay. I was just like, it was hitting me bad. I don't think we talk about it enough. I don't think we sit down with the girls, with our younger, if you've got younger siblings, if you've got younger, I was going to say friends, if you've got younger siblings or younger cousins there, we need to actually start talking to them about it because for me, yeah, my mum said, "Oh yeah, you come into womanhood and this is great," but it wasn't actually told about the symptoms or like what you'll be struggling with. And then there was some periods where this is me not actually talking about periods, but there were some periods at some points that even when I was on the implant, I did lose my periods there. And not just that, being curvy and being plus size as well and suffering from an ED, there is a point where you do lose your periods and it doesn't come back and it doesn't come back to your regular cycle. And I do know of that within the fitness industry that like bodybuilders that are competing or wellness bodybuilders that had that have ended up losing their periods for like a month or two, but it has eventually come back. But I don't know the ins and outs of that, so I can't really speak on that per se, but I can only speak about my experience. And when I was heavier, that lose I did lose my periods and like also having the implant in, they weren't regular. But as I took our co-host Fem has just sat below, you can't see him. And I'm hoping this time when I do upload this properly on YouTube, you'll be able to see me because you'll notice on the previous episode, I am the big friend. The label isn't me. I did record a visual, which is also on Spotify, so you can go check that out. But I uploaded it onto YouTube and it wasn't a visual, and I was so upset by it because the editing and it takes so long. And with it just being me, myself, just me, myself, and I, that's all I got. Me, myself, and I. It did take me a while because I've got to do everything myself, but so I was upset about it because I had worked so hard and it was only audio. And I know some people like visuals. I like visuals when I'm listening, when I'm just chilling and I'm doing some work. I like to have it in the background. But if I'm out and about on my walks, then I will have it audio and I will listen to it. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yes, it was like that we do need to talk. So not just talk about it, but in my own personal experience of me losing my periods and it not being regular. And now that I have lost some weight, fair enough, not the ideal weight, but I am losing weight, there it has now become more regular that I can actually track it there. So I do use my Fitbit. I know there are like different apps like Flow, Auntie Flow. Auntie Flow is coming to town. So there is Flow that you can track your flow on it. That's why they call it flow. So you can track on it, but it does affect your everyday life. And with it affecting your everyday life, I think we need to also give ourselves grace because that's also something that we don't do enough of giving ourselves grace. We're a bit more harder on ourselves. And I know that for a fact for me, that when it's the time of the month, like I'm a slight perfectionist, I would say, in certain aspects in the things that I do. So obviously, when I was at the gym on a Monday, when I was with my friend, let's call her Annie. So when I was with Annie, we were just talking, we were just saying how hard we can be on ourselves, and we should. it's this time that we should actually be more gentle on ourselves and more kind. Technically, we should be more kind on ourselves every single day. But this is where we need to be more gentle on ourselves, because it's not everything that we're going to be able to do. And we shouldn't aim to do everything. We should be lighter. And there are some people that, like for me, at the start, I feel that's where I'm the strongest. That's how, like, Mondays are for legs, legs. So I did legs. However, halfway through my workout, I was just like, this isn't feeling great. I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to finish this off. I'm literally done. So I like grabbed my shit and then I was just like, oh, I'm done. And then I was talking to one of the PTs at reception. She was like, oh, did you have a good workout? And I was just like, no. I was just like, my head wasn't all there. I couldn't do mind to muscle connection. I couldn't connect with my body because I just didn't feel that it was going my way. I My brain isn't there, and I was just like, I'm just really struggling with my PMS today, and I'm struggling with just connection. And then I said to myself, I was just like, at least I've shown up. At least I've shown up today. Fair enough, I didn't do my complete workout set, but at least I showed up today, and that's okay. And she was like, that's good. That's good that you're saying that. And I was just like, I have to say that because if I don't tell myself that at least we showed up today, I will beat myself up and be upset with myself that I didn't go as hard and I wasn't locked in the way I should have been locked in. But I was just like, it's calm, it's okay. So I went home, got ready for work and then head to work, and it was it was okay. But yet again, I was feeling hormonal and emotional. That one of someone who I work with was just saying hi to me, was just like catching up, and then I could just feel my eyes welling up. She was like, are you okay? I was just like, no. I was just like, it's the start of the time of the month and I don't feel okay. And I do feel that we should have some time where we can just be like, I need a me day. I need a me day off work. And I was actually saying to myself, I was just like, I shouldn't be allowed at my house the first couple of days. I should just be able to stay home and not do anything because I can barely remember to do the simple and the smallest things that I forget boiled eggs on the cooker that I was contemplating. Can you burn boiled eggs? It's it's not possible as we know. But it's just crazy. And then like it's the cravings. And then obviously when you're a gym baddie and you're being so good. You're being like, yes, I've got this. I'm doing so well. It comes and hits you like a ton of bricks. You're wanting that Oreos. And then other days I'm fine. I don't have cravings, but what I have it are what I'm going to because what I'm trying to do is during episodes of the podcast, I do want to do a cooking segment into it. So I'm still trying to work out how we're going to incorporate that segment into this. But don't worry, it will be coming. There is one there's one snack that I've been doing, which I think is absolutely really tasty. It does hit your protein, and it does also, if you've got a chocolate craving, it does hit that as well. And I've been doing that, and I'm just like, oh, it's been so tasty. Because like rice cakes, you know how you can buy the chocolate coated one, but I always read the backs of labels, and because it's got so much processed stuff in it, I was just like, do you know what? I can make my own. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make my own. So I made my own. It was good. It was tasty. Absolutely enjoyed it. So I've just got to work out the macros, but I am not going to gatekeep it. I am going to share it. I know it will definitely feature on one of these episodes there, of the podcast, but that is something that I'm definitely going to share and not gatekeep. I thought it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And it was tasty and it hit the spot. It hit the craving spot. And then what I did notice is that because I take even in Primrose, get on that. Baddies, get on that. So I went to Holland and Barrett's. Holland and Barrett's. So I never say it properly. Holland and Barrett's I went into, and I was speaking to, I think I did mention this previously in one of the podcasts, earlier on podcasts, that I do take evening primrose along with the one, it's like one of the vitamins and supplements that I take. So that does actually help me and it does balance everything out. And I mean everything out. And I felt right as rain. Tip top. I do feel. However, I have run out. I have nothing. Nothing. If I don't have Primrose. Yeah, so I've got no more evening rose. So, like I said, I've been struggling massively. So, I've been chatting and I forgot that we normally play a game. Okay, so last time we played this or that. So, we've either got a this or that game or a would you rather. I did get ChatGPT to help me up with some would you rather questions. And some of them I don't like. So we are just going to go to this or that, which I did, which I think is better. Okay, this or that. What is your go-to comfort food during? Are you chocolate craving or fast food? Okay, I am a chocolate craving queen. Give me that, give me that, give me. That's Chris Brown, give me that. Because I have to, I can eat chocolate for days. That will be the time where I'm be like, give it to me. Like, like the week before leading up, that is, that is what I'll go to. I'll be like, yeah. Oh, Reese's cup. That is, oh my God. Okay, I shouldn't be getting this too happy about chocolate. Okay, what do you find more annoying? The bloating or the breast when you get bigger tits? Mm. I would, I'll say the bloating for me, especially because when I'm at the gym, I can't suck my stomach in as much. So I just have to like, just let it all hang out, let it all hang out. So it will just hang out. And I'm sorry. That's probably when you'll see me in like baggy t-shirts because I'm just like it's just very uncomfortable. It does feel really uncomfortable because with cramps I don't get as much anymore since I take my evening primrose. But like I said, I ain't got no evening primrose. I ain't got any. Okay, staying in with a heating pad or going out with friends. How do you prefer to cope? I don't really deal with heating pads, so I don't even know why I put that there. So I'll just tend to still do my everyday activities, everyday workouts and bits and bobs. Just my everyday, really. Okay. Which one feels more intense for you? The PMS mood swings or the breakdowns? Okay, so hear me out. The breakdown, because I find the mood swings is completely different to the breakdowns. So, you know how like you can be doing something and all of a sudden, let's say for example, oh God, no, this happened to me before. Okay. So I was trying to braid my hair. I think this was, yeah, I was trying to do French braids because I was going to boxing and I wanted to do it and I just couldn't do it right. And in that split second, I was ready to cancel boxing. I was ready to cancel my boxing just because I couldn't braid my hair properly. That was a breakdown that I had. That was a breakdown that I had because it was just like, you got to be kidding me. Just because, and that was during the time of the month, just because I couldn't get the plait wasn't looking right, I wasn't sitting right. I was ready to cancel boxing. I was ready to, fuck it up, fuck it off, fuck it all, fuck it all. I don't give a damn about it. Yeah. So I think I can handle mood swings, but the breakdowns, that's something that I can't handle because you could have just said, because I can do the up and down and be all happy and emotional, but the breakdowns, that's something that I cannot deal with. What's your favorite way to relieve discomfort? A warm, hot bath or a warm shower? I'm going for a shower. A shower just feels good for everything. Like, I don't have a bath unless if I book into a hotel and they've got nice bath. So then I do actually bring bath bombs with me or like bath salts if I know that I'm staying in a hotel and it has a nice bath there, because we have recently, because yeah, yeah, just yet, because I don't have a bath anymore. I have a shower now in my house. So I take advantage of the water elsewhere because I ain't paying it. But after, technically, I am actually rethinking about it. Technically, I am paying for it because I've paid to stay in the hotel. So I am using the water. I will be using that water. I will get my money's worth to use that water and to have the bath that I want to have. Okay. What's your style? What's your flavor? Why am I always breaking out in song? Sorry, I feel like congested. Dark, dark colors or bold bright colors. That is the fear, isn't it? That is always the fear that if you wear bright colors, the fear of leaking. I say this as I sit on a white couch. Well, it's a cream couch. And then I'm also wearing a dark dress. Okay. Um, mm, dark colors. Just because I was thinking about it the other day, I was in the gym and I was wearing dark just because of the fear. Then that fear gets you. Mm. That fear. Okay. What is your preferred method? Are you copying? Oh, this was hard to do, this or that. So is this, that, or either? This, that, or neither? Oh, that's a good other game that I can do. This, that, or neither. Oh, I'm gonna hold on to that. So, are you a copy or pad or tampons? So for me, I like using the pants that you can use. The cups, I just can't get my head around it and touching. No. Although people say it's easy to use, I'm just not believing them. I can't. I can't believe you. You gotta be lying. Just no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay. So with summer is here. And as I mentioned, if I didn't, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. As I mentioned earlier, or I said that currently in the UK we are having a heat wave. I think I did mention it that we are having a heat wave and it's absolutely hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I don't want to take off all my clothes because I'm insecure. Yes, we are talking about insecurities. Did you like that switch? I thought it was good. I thought it was good too. Yeah, so summer is here, and with periods and our insecurities and how it can be a mixed match and how we can suffer like with it once because I'll be going away. I'm going away on holiday. Holiday. It's gonna be so nice holiday. It's gonna be so nice holiday. I really need to stop breaking out in song. I really need to. I feel like I am in a musical. A musical. Fair enough. I do like watching a lot of musicals, and I always wanted to be in a musical. I always act in a musical of life. But life is a musical, can be a musical sometimes. But anyway, getting back to it, with summer, summer has insecurities. We have some, when summer comes, we do have insecurities and we do have hang ups because I feel in summer there is that stereotype that you start to wear less there, that less is best, they as they say. No one says that at all. But I think with summer, it's perceived that you need to start wearing less, and no, that isn't always the case, that you need to wear less during the summer. You need to wear what makes you feel comfortable at the end of the day. But that's not I'll get onto that point afterwards. But I was talking to my friend Bella, going through the alphabets now. So I was talking to Bella. We were just all WhatsApping really, and then I was letting her know that I'm going on holiday soon, and then she was showing me the outfits that she had got, different bikinis, and I was just like, oh, some of them look cute, and then she was just like, oh, she does she doesn't feel comfortable wearing it, and I was just like, babes, your body is good. And then she was just saying that she's got some bits that she's insecure about. And I was just like, I'm pulling out my bikini and I completely understand and I get it. And I get it that everyone has different hang ups and everyone has different insecurities. Everyone's completely different. But I was just like, you need to start feeling comfortable with yourself and you need to start feeling comfortable with what you're wearing. And I was just like, fair enough. I I can tell you that it looks good and it does look good, believe me. Some of them I didn't like, but I told you that. But you're not there's only so much that I can say that I like something on you. And or if you don't feel comfortable in it, you're not going to feel great wearing it. And if you start disclosing your insecurities, no one out there knows what your insecurities are. No one knows apart from you. So if you wanted to, you can you can wear that bikini, you can strut your stuff by the poolside, by the beach. Everyone's gonna be like, oh damn, she looks good in that bikini, she looks good in um um that one piece. But it's you that's going to be like, oh, they're looking at this, they're looking at that, because that's your insecurities. That's your insecurities there. No one has your insecurity. It's only that you that knows your insecurities. And I think it was Beyonce that says she doesn't say her insecurities out loud. Just because if she says her insecurities out loud, then let me just actually let me just double check what she says about her insecurities before I give out the wrong information. Not even give out the wrong information, but regurgitate what she says about insecurities. Because I like what she says about insecurities, and I think it's really good, and it's something that I do agree on. Okay. So it says that despite her confidence, her public persona, Beyonce has spoken about experience insecurities. Oh, okay. Oh, there was something that she says. Oh, there's something. Oh, I can't find it. I don't want to find out about them. It's just something that she says, and I'm like all here for it. Oh, I can't find it. But what she does, the gist of what I'm trying to get to is that no one knows your insecurities but you. And this is what I was telling my friend. No one knows your insecurities but you. So you can wear that two piece. You can wear that one piece. You can wear that bikini. If you wanted to, you could strut around the pool naked and everything. And people aren't going to be focused on your insecurities because they're not going to know it. They're going to probably be like, why is she walking around naked? Or like, oh God, she's got a good body. I wish I had a body like hers. But no one's going to be focusing on, oh, she's got big feet. Or her bum doesn't, like her bum is like jelly. Because those are your insecurities. And bear in mind, her feet and her bum aren't her insecurities, but I'm using that as an example. So I was just saying to her, I was just like, for me, yes, I am going to be bringing back out my bikini that I wore, I want to say in 2023. I have not tried it on, so I don't know whether it's going to look good, but I know that I have been working being the snack and being snatched. And so far, that has been going okay. The journey is not always linear. So, but it's been going well. So I say all of that just to be like, insecurities are here for everyone has insecurities there, but we shouldn't be hung up on them. And although summer is here and summer does cause us to hyperfixate on those insecurities and stop us from the way he's just like relaxing himself and like put himself on his back with his legs spread out, opened. And I tell him, I'm like, Femi, stop sleeping like that. Close your legs. Close your goddamn legs. Having them all open and spread out and things. It's just like, oh, it's just nonsense. So, oh yeah, so it can bring, it has its moments of insecurities, and everyone has insecurities when it comes to summer, but we shouldn't be solely focused on those insecurities and forget to live our best lives, especially here in the UK. I know I keep banging on about it, but when we have a good summer, we need to embrace that good summer. We need to be outside, outside. Like I'm trying to be outside this summer. I really do need to be outside this summer. I am trying to be outside this summer. So it's just like trying to be outside this summer. Because I know like last episode I said that I wanted to go to a theme park. And I would like to still go out to a theme park, but I think I wanna be like I knew there's some like festivals that are coming up. Not like the big festivals, but like me and my friend are planning to go to just like small ones, small local ones. Like there's Reggae Land that is coming up. I think that's in August. So we do want to try to go to Reggae Land there. And like I know I mentioned about going to the beach. She wants to do like the beach, like Brighton Beach. I'm just thinking, girl, I'm not a beach sort of babe. And then when she said about it, it made me laugh because I was just like, I did mention this on one of the episodes, and I was just like, I just don't like the beach. I just don't like sand all over me. I just don't. I'm not a fan of it. I really am not a fan. But what I am a fan of is trying to be outside. I am trying to be outside and I'm pushing myself to the challenge of making sure that I am outside and wearing clothes that I want to wear. And that really boosts my self esteem and my confidence up. So like I was telling Bella, I was just like, we've got to wear clothes that we feel comfortable in and that will make us feel good in. Because once you feel good in it, was it once you look good, you feel good? I can't remember if that's the saying. If you look good, you feel good. I can't remember if that's the saying. But anywho, It's that you want to feel your best when you're out and the sun is shining, the weather is sweet. So you want to make sure that you are wearing lighter clothes, especially if it's that time of the month as well. You can wear darker colors, but it still be light in light in texture, I want to say. So you can also do that. That does remind me of when we were in Dubai. This is going back so many years ago when just like yeah, when we were in Dubai, I think Dubai was still up and coming. Not everyone was going to Dubai like the way they are nowadays. So this must have been like about 2008, 2009, I want to say. And it's like going on holiday when it's like on your period. That is just another stress that you've got to deal with. Because I remember, like, we were, I think it's the water park in Atlantis, and then you wanna, yeah, it's basically the lazy river. Late, I think it was the lazy river. So I was like, no, I'm sure it was. Anyway, I was in a two piece, but I had like a sarong over it. Back then, I thought I was fat. I wasn't actually fat. I was in a decent shape, but my mind wasn't healthy. I want to say my mind wasn't healthy during that time. But anywho, I was in a little itsy bitsy teeny weeny bitsy wearing a sarong there, and obviously it's the time of the month. So as we're going in, I think we had literally gone through a slide. There was a slide, and then it like topsided, and with it topsiding, like oh my god, it topsided and as we came down and sort of like a. I just basically overturned. And then I think it was I had literally just started using tampons there and the sheer panic. I don't know why I thought that if it gets wet, then you're just gonna notice blood into the water. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. Being outside in the summertime, I'm just all over the place today. I am literally all over the place. Sorry. And do you also notice that sometimes when you are on, you can get a period flu or a period cold? That is not spoken enough about. That you can get. And those symptoms are okay. But what I did notice that when I did take out going back to the implant, when I did take the implant out, my hormones did sort of become normal. And I just want to say, the reason why I keep looking is because I have my notes and because my brain is just jumping from left to right, up and down, round in the circles, I feel that I'm just jumping between my points. And normally, I do feel that I normally am more structured, but today it just doesn't feel structured at all. So we're gonna just move on to the next segment. Hey, babes and baddies, and if you are listening to this and if you are enjoying this, then please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a like. Make sure that you leave a comment there. All things are helpful, and any feedback I happy to read it there. But you know what to do. Give it a like, give it a follow, give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you do subscribe. Okay, back to the episode. So this segment is locker room confessionals. These are my confessions, just when I thought I'd say. These are my confessions. These are the confessions that you guys and me are about to share. These are my confessions. That's all I can say. These are my confessions. These are my confessions. These are our confessions. This is our segment where we get to spill our tea. These are our confessions. These are our confessions just between me and you. This is where we spill the tea. These are our confessions. Yeah, these are our confessions. Okay, this is the confession, obviously, hence why the singing. These are our confessions, just when I thought we couldn't share no more. These are our confessions. This is where. These are our confessions, just what I've got. Okay, so I will always go first. Don't you worry about babes. I will always share my confession. Okay, I've written them down because you know me, I like to share. Sometimes I like to overshare, as my boxing coach does remind me. He does say, so you like to overshare a lot. I was like, I know, I just got so much things to say that I just want to share it all out. Yeah, I like to overshare sometimes. My friends do know about that. I want you to think about, well, I want you to think about, well, let me just share. Let me ease us in gently. And, oh, God. So, I remember just like, obviously, when first time using tampons, oh my God. Like, that was scary. It was, it was, it was weird. It was a weird sensational. And I thought it was going to be stuck. There was one time that I did have to take myself to A&E because I thought I had forgotten to take one out and had put another one in. The sheer panic. Oh my God. Yeah, I was in uni in those, in uni. I remember I was in uni when it happened. And because obviously, in the box of the pack, I'm just so nervous sharing this. So, like, when you read in the box and it says, like, oh, you shouldn't leave them longer than 8 hours or so. And, like, it can cause TSS, which is toxic something syndrome. And going about my day, I thought I thought I had taken it out and put another one in. And then when I got home, the sheer panic, and I was just like, because obviously PMS, right? So I had thought that I had literally, there was another one still in there. And then the way I was like I was going to say, the way I was fishing to get it out, the way I just panicked and then I had to put myself to A&E, and it was so embarrassing because like back then obviously A&E wasn't so overpacked as it is now. So it was just like I just told them, I was just like, I think I've got 2 tampons stuck up there. And oh, the way I had to sit in the waiting room, and I was just so scared to be seen. Oh, and then it turns out there was only one in there, and I was just like, "Can you just double check it hasn't?" I said, "Yeah, my body hasn't swallowed it up." Oh, the way I was thinking that my body could swallow. Yeah, the doctor was just like, "That's not possible for your body to swallow up 2 tampons." To like swallow up a tampon. I was just like, "Oh, okay." They're like, if you want, we can do an X-ray to see. And I was just like, no, as long as you said that, that's completely. I'm fine with that. Oh, but that was embarrassing, and yeah, that is my confession. I've said all I can say. That is my confession. Yeah, so that was embarrassing. If that's not a locker room, if that's not a locker room confession, that is a locker room embarrassment there. That is a locker room embarrassment, definitely there. Do I have any more? Do I have any more embarrassing stories? No, I do not have. But if you do have any embarrassing stories, drop it below. Let us share. Let us build our community and let us know that we're not alone with embarrassing stories when it comes to periods. Oh, actually, oh God. You know when people always try to avoid wearing when people try to avoid wearing white. So basically, and also, you know how you track your apps and everything. So this happened to me recently. So obviously, like I'm due to start on within 2 days, so I'm all good. I'm prepared. I've got things in place. I plan ahead. My app has told me I don't start for 2 days, so I'm all good. I'm all good in the hood. I'm good. This baddie's all good. So I'm all good there. And I go about doing my bits to go about doing my pieces and everything like that. Bear in mind, I'm not due to start on for 2 days. So I go on to try on some clothing. Bear in mind, I'm all good. This is just this is another one. Now that I'm just thinking about, I'm just having stories. Just that just even just brings up a different story. Okay. In my old workplace, so where I used to work. So obviously I had because yes, it was same similar moment that I wasn't due on for I'd basically come on early. So I had gone to the toilet and everything and went to went to the toilet and then it it was like the floodgates had opened. River Nile, yes. And then I was just like, I have got to go home. So I came out, went to speak to the other one of the managers, and I need to go home. They're like, you can't go home. I was like, I need to go home. And they're like, you can't go home. It's not possible. I need to go home now. Why was up? I need to go home now, like right now. I can't be here. And then when he didn't get it, I was like, I've just come on. I've just got come on and I need to go home and shower. I need to go home and shower, please. Can I go home? I was like, go home, go home. And I was just thinking, oh my God, that having to tell it's not even another person. It was just a male manager. Oh my God. I was just like, when I say I need to go home, I need to go home. Please don't question why I need to go home. Just know that I need to go home. Me slowing it down for ya. That is me telling you, shit has hit the fan. Shit has hit the fan big time, and I need to skedaddle out of this place. Yeah, so I showered, got home, and everything. Put my threw some of my clothes away because I just couldn't salvage some of that, and I was just like, that ain't happening. And then rested, and then came back to work 2 hours later because I was just like, I need to just mentally gather myself together and gather my thoughts before going back. And I also wanted to make sure that other manager wasn't on, the one that I was just like literally told everything to. So I just needed to make sure he wasn't there when I was getting back. So that was very embarrassing that happened. And but then again, thinking about it, should we really be embarrassed? This is just natural for us, but it's also not natural for it happening out of the blue like that. It really isn't. It really isn't happening out of the blue. It really shouldn't be natural happening out of the blue like that. But anywho, it is that time for us to say farewell. It is that time to say goodbye and see you again next week. But before before I love and leave you, my beautiful babes and baddies, I just want to let you know the takeaways from this episode. The takeaway from this episode is making sure It's making sure. What the fuck is the take? Let me restart that again. The takeaway is that no one knows your insecurities. Only you do. So, as long as you are comfortable in what you are wearing, you're all good, baby. You're all good. You're looking fabulous. You're looking sexy. You are looking on point. Summer is ready for you, okay? And don't believe the hype or the stereotype that less is more during summer, because it's not. It's what you feel comfortable wearing. And it's what you feel good in, okay? And your insecurity are your insecurities. No one needs to know and no one knows about them. So if you want to wear that two-piece, you want to wear that one piece, you go ahead and wear that, okay? Because you look fabulous to me, you look good to me, and you're all good, baby. You're all good. So I'm going to love and leave you, and I will see you next week. Okay. Catch you on the flip. Bye. Oh my God. I hope that it's good.